Welcome to new fast food. Would you like some Mulan sauce? How about some Rick and Morty sauce? That's what you might hear if you walk into a McDonald's next week. Yes, I've got full details on the return of the highly acclaimed Szechuan sauce. Also, some fascinating Gold Digger items now available at Carl's Jr. Plus, the return of popular other items at Popeyes, Little Caesars, and Sonic. Plus rumors about items coming soon to Arby's and Dunkin. Folks, if you like fast food, be sure to subscribe to this channel. I cover fast food news, rumors, leaks, and more every week. Now, I'll get into the Szechuan sauce details in just a moment. First, I want to update you on a rumor that I covered back at the beginning of the month. That's when I told you that Panera would release their premium chicken sandwiches sometime in March. Those sandwiches have now been officially announced and will be available starting March 30th. The details of the sandwiches themselves appear to be the same as I previously reported. The price has been announced to be $11. That's $1 less than the rumor that I reported on, but still pretty high. I mean, $11 is pretty expensive for a grilled chicken sandwich. What do you think? Are you excited about these? Are you going to go check them out? Let me know. All right, let's get into the big story of the week. That's the return of Szechuan sauce at McDonald's. It's been 4 years since Szechuan sauce was last offered. I covered that release back in 2018 on New Fast Food episode number 6. The official release date this time is next Thursday, March 31st. Most stores should actually already have it by the time you watch this, so you may be able to sweet talk an employee into giving you some now. They're not supposed to, of course. In fact, even after it releases on March 31st, they're not supposed to give it just to anyone who comes in and asks for it. See, this time the Szechuan sauce is a mobile-only release, meaning that you can only order it through the McDonald's app. The idea, of course, is to continue driving customers to the app, which in theory seems like a good idea. In practice, though, everyone's going to know that the sauce is available, so you're basically relying on your frontline employees to tell some angry customer that they can't have, this sauce that they know that you have. It has the potential to end very poorly. Anyways, I'd bet that even though this is a mobile-only promotion, that you'd have a pretty good chance of landing some if you just come in and ask politely. And just in case you're worried that the Szechuan sauce will be really hard to get, sort of like it was back in 2017, I'm hearing that's not going to be the case, although it will be harder to get than it was last time in 2018. When they rolled it out, they produced 10 million sauces. I'm hearing this time that these cases each hold about 250 sauces, and each restaurant will receive either 1 or 2 cases. So based on the number of restaurants that McDonald's has in the US, that's somewhere between 3.5 and 7 million sauces nationwide. If I had to guess, I'd say they probably are producing exactly 5 million sauces this time around. That'd be exactly half of what they produced last time. So that would make it really easy when they're distributing these just to say, okay, you get half as many boxes as you did last time. It'll be interesting to see how popular the Szechuan sauce is this time around. Until that Rick and Morty episode back in 2017, I don't think many people even remembered Szechuan sauce ever existed. Then, of course, after that aired, there was huge demand, and McDonald's did that limited rollout where they only had like 10 sauces per restaurant. That drove demand even higher. And then they did that big release, where they released 10 million sauces. And, I think that probably everyone who was anxious about it was able to get some. So I'm going to be curious to find out how much demand there is left for the Szechuan sauce. I do like the gold foil on top there. I do think that was a good choice. If I happen to be at McDonald's next week, I'll probably go pick some up. Although, honestly, I do still have some Szechuan sauce left over from last time around. All right, let's move on. Next up, Carl's Jr. has released 2 new sandwiches that are pretty interesting, I'll say on several different levels. They're calling these the Gold Digger Double Cheeseburger and the Gold Digger Chicken Sandwich. Both sandwiches have bacon and Carolina Gold barbecue sauce on them. This sort of continues the trend of more simplified promotional items. I talked about that a couple of weeks back. The last promo burgers that Carl's Jr. had were just bacon burgers that had extra bacon on them. This new one is just a bacon burger that has the Carolina barbecue sauce on it. I feel like since the makeup of these sandwiches isn't too exciting, that's why these names are trying to be a little bit more edgy. The bacon one was called the Bacon Beast Burger. This one is called the Gold Digger Burger, which seems a little over the top for a burger with just a new kind of barbecue sauce on it. All right, let's talk a little bit more about that name, though, because remember Carl's Jr. has been, for years now, trying to distance themselves from their old marketing campaigns that were pretty heavily targeted at male customers. So if they're trying to broaden their appeal to, maybe women, I don't understand why they label these items Gold Digger. And that carries a pretty negative connotation, mostly aimed towards women. I don't understand why they'd go that direction, again, if they're trying to broaden their appeal to women. Maybe it's been so long since they've gone in that direction that they've forgotten that that's sort of their goal. Either way, it's still kind of a bold move, I think, to call these Gold Digger burgers because of that negative connotation when there's no need for it. There's so many other gold phrases to choose from: gold dust, gold mine, pot of gold. It's just totally unnecessary, I think, to call these Gold Digger. It's sort of a puzzling choice. The other thing that's sort of unusual about these sandwiches is I think that this is the first time I've seen this happen when a restaurant comes out with a new sandwich that has both a burger and a chicken option, and the sandwiches aren't on the same quality tier. So what I mean by that is, take a look. It's got the same chicken sandwich with the flagship chicken patty, but the burger is made with the lower tier regular hamburger patties. This makes the burger part of their budget double deals line, while the chicken sandwich is part of their premium chicken sandwich line. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. It's just an interesting choice that also isn't forced. If they have a budget chicken patty, they could have used that to make both sandwiches budget friendly, or they could have used the premium burger patties to make them both premium sandwiches. It makes for an interesting price gap between the burger and the chicken. The chicken sandwich has a suggested price of $7.49. That's pretty premium, while the burger has a suggested price of only $2.99. I've never seen a promotion like that before. It's a very interesting choice, and I think, obviously, if you want to try something off the Gold Digger menu, the burger is the obvious choice. It's less than half the cost. Actually, if you're ordering any of the budget double deal burgers, I think the Gold Digger is the way to go. It's the only one that has bacon, so it'd be the best deal if you can find a location that's honoring that $2.99 price. All right, one last oddity about these. This is turning into another one of those bizarre promotions. The Gold Digger menu is only being offered at Carl's Jr., not at Hardee's this time. That's a little strange considering that the Carolinas are all Hardee's territory, and this is a simple sandwich to make since it only has the Carolina barbecue sauce on it as the only unique ingredient. You'd think it'd be easy for them to roll this out nationwide. I'd say all around a really puzzling promotion from the folks over at Carl's Jr. All right, I still want to get into those rumors that I'm hearing about at Arby's and Dunkin, but first, there are some other items that just got released I want to cover. All of these are returning items, so they're not brand new. My favorites are over at Sonic. They're returning the Yellow Cake Batter Shake and the Brownie Batter Shake. These both sound great to me. I don't live real close to any Sonic, so I didn't get a chance to try these the first time they were out. And actually, I probably won't get a chance to try them again this time either. But if I am in the neighborhood, these are something that I think would be worth the stop at Sonic for. I typically like chocolatey shakes, so I'd probably like the Brownie Batter one more. But I'm so intrigued by the Yellow Cake Batter one that that's probably the one that I would try first. All right, so these have already returned. They're out now at Sonic Drive-Ins nationwide. Also returning over at Little Caesars is the Stuffed Crazy Bread. This one was pretty popular the first time it came out, as evidence that a lot of restaurants never took this off the menu. Oftentimes when a brand is done promoting an item, they'll leave it up to the individual stores to decide whether they want to continue selling it or not, at least up to a certain point. And since the Stuffed Crazy Bread probably doesn't use any unique ingredients, basically just dough and the cheese they already have on hand, probably a lot of restaurants just continued offering it if it was selling well. It is back at Little Caesars nationwide, so if your store discontinued it, it should be back now. I'm such a fan of regular Crazy Bread that I'm not sure cheese in the middle would actually improve it for me or not. I'm willing to try it, even though the shape is a little bit weird, almost like an old McDonald's apple pie shape. Either way, Stuffed Crazy Bread is back now nationwide at Little Caesars. All right, one more actual news story, and then I'll get into those rumors that I was talking about. Popeyes has brought back their $5 shrimp tackle box. Look, anytime Popeyes has a $5 box, that is what you should be getting when you go there. This one's a little bit weirder because it's shrimp, it's not chicken, but I've had the shrimp there, it's good, I like it. So if you're in the mood at all for shrimp, get the $5 box. That's going to be the best deal. If you absolutely must get chicken, good luck. We went to Popeyes last week and ended up paying 25 bucks for dinner. So I wish they would have had that shrimp deal back then. All right, now let's get into some of those rumors I'm hearing. First, over at Arby's. I'm hearing that sometime in April, they're going to be bringing back their boneless wings. These were first available back about 6 months ago around Halloween time. At that time, they came in 2 flavors, classic buffalo and hot honey, and they were sold as part of a $5 deal. They gave you 6 wings plus fries. If you count the fries as being worth $1, then that's really 6 wings for about $4, and you can't be mad about that price, I would say. I'm not sure about the details on this release, whether the price is going to be the same, or even if they'll have new flavors. I don't know. I'd love to see them try out a new flavor, but honestly, I am a big buffalo fan, so I would definitely be getting the buffalo ones if this rumor ends up being true. Again, I'm hearing sometime in April, Arby's will bring back boneless buffalo wings. All right, the other rumor that I'm seeing, this one actually might be considered a leak, is for upcoming new products from Dunkin. This image was allegedly posted by Dunkin on Facebook. It outlines some new products, which some employees I'm hearing have already corroborated on. I'm hearing mixed things, though, about whether this swirl flavor is going to be the cake batter, as you see here, or if it will actually be cookie butter. I've heard both of those names floated around, but going off this image, it certainly looks like it's going to be cake batter. We also got this posted to what looks like to be the official Dunkin Instagram. This supposedly is a picture of the next swirl flavor, and to me, it does also look like this one is cake batter more than cookie butter. It looks to me like CAB up there, which is more of an abbreviation for cake batter than cookie butter, I would say. I don't know, both of those flavors sound great, and I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm actually most interested here in that the tomato pesto grilled cheese sandwich. What do you think? Folks, I'm Fast Food Bryan, and hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe to keep on rocking, thumbs up to help my cause, and leave a comment in the section down below. Right now, you can watch some more videos.